I heard a new Hometown Killer video just dropped. Let's go watch it.
Oh my goodness, I didn't see you there. Just a moment. Ah, now that is better. Let's begin, shall we?
Weed. But that's not the only thing we'll be talking about, because we're also going to touch on voice chat moderation in Call of Duty.
Alright, so here's where I come in. I thought we'd also touch around the whole weed subject in Call of Duty 2. I think it'd be really fun to give my own input on it, since I've been here as a longtime fan since the OGMW3. And I thought it would be interesting to sort of compare modern Call of Duty weed crossovers or references to the old ones, while also kind of clearing things up on another little subject too, so let's get into it.
I was scrolling through videos on the Call of Duty section of YouTube, and something caught my eye. You see, I'm not an avid watcher, as you would say, of some of the other content creators in this space, this particular gentleman being one of them, but this video caught my interest.
A reaction of a reaction, don't you just love those? I also used to be an avid COD content watcher myself back in the day. Someone who is very eager to see everyone's opinion on the newest, hottest Call of Duty controversies. But also, in recent years, I've kinda fallen off that horse. With Blame Truth in particular, I've never really been the biggest or even just a fan of his in general, but I did consume his weed microtransactions video when it dropped, and I actually agreed with Mr. BT. So I'm really interested to see how my friend Hometown Killer tackles this subject.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck is this shit? Seth Rogan and Jay&Silent Bob on this cringy purple pink pastel color fucking like Nuketown with weed references. Yeah, they're making like a weed reference Nuketown called BlazeTown. What, a few weeks after 420? Would it even be cool on 420? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking weird how this stuff didn't even drop days, but weeks after April 20th, the 420 date. I'm not sure why it got delayed so heavily, but if I was a betting man, I'd put all my eggs in the BO7 development basket. May I remind you guys that even though this BO7 teaser just dropped in the middle of me filming this video, it is still just a teaser. Last year I dropped a BO6 and BO7 deceptive marketing video months before BO6 even came out, essentially just pointing out obvious red flags and anti-consumer trends. Turns out I'm still getting comments on that video saying, haha, holy prediction, Batman, you nailed it, you called it. So I'm gonna call this one right now too. Let's do a little thought experiment. Look at this. This is just a cutscene. Think of it as an over-glorified Warzone seasonal cutscene. It's nothing special. It does not show off the storyline past the fact that Raul Menendez is returning in this BO4-esque virtual world where dead characters come back to life. I never got stabbed and shot in the head back in 2025.
Taking a quick break from the Hometown Killer's reaction video, I just want to go over my own opinion on this BO7 reveal real quick. While watching this, I gotta say I was very hyped. More so around the idea of Infinite Warfare style robots back in Call of Duty, but also over the return to a Black Ops 3 theme. Black Ops 3 has one of my favorite time periods and themes in Call of Duty history, so it definitely blindsided me until I dug a little deeper and started noticing noticing similar trends with BO7's teaser compared to MW3's teaser 2 years ago, and even BO6's last year. So, deep breath, calm down, kill the hype, don't pre-order. This was a short cutscene and nothing more. We got some cool futuristic robot lore, sure. We got some cool transitions, cool visuals. We got to see a BO3-esque messed up world where the ground and buildings are folding in on itself, just like that BO3 multiplayer map with all the snow. It's cool, but we've already heard leaks around the BO7 campaign, and yeah, let's take them with a grain of salt, but we've heard that it's rushed, which actually checks out since Treyarch are making BO7 when last year Treyarch just released BO6. The whole 4 years of development for BO6 thing, it was a complete like rumor or scam, whatever you want to call it. In reality, Treyarch were making BO6 and BO7 at the same time in those 4 years, so each game is getting about 2 to 2.5 years of development time. Okay. And just like last year, they tried hyping us up with the banger, The Truth Lies, deceptive marketing. It looked so cool. It looked like the world was being held blind while dark operations ran rampant. Then the game dropped, and it was severely undercooked. I had even seen this on Twitter where Treyarch had just shown off the pre-launch BO6 gunsmith, and then that same Twitter user compared it to the gunsmith that they actually released when the game dropped. The downgrade is insane. It almost throws you down this conspiracy rabbit hole that BlameTruth constantly finds himself in. So it's sometimes just hard to go against the grain and say like someone like BlameTruth should stop making sloppy conspiracy content, because I honestly do find it interesting at this point. Activision and Microsoft, to some degree, have been a real scummy couple of companies these past 3 or so years. Calling them out on their bullshit dev cycles that lead to less polished products, that they're still charging for $90, by the way, has been so vindicating. And like again, going back to the trailer, look at the only section that they gave us that had a snippet of in-game footage. They overlaid all of it with disorienting visual effects, just like they did last year. Oh yeah, all the pieces are coming together.
But enough self-glazing and BO7 discussions, let's get back to BlameTruth yapping about his Cloud 9 experiences.
Not a huge fan of that. I had a bad experience with some edibles one time. But if I still, like, partook in this particular hobby, if I saw this and how fucking cringy and uncool it is, I would just quit.
Then quit. You know, talking about the game.
Okay, hold up. Hold your horses, dear town killer, sir. I don't mean to be a content cop myself when I say this, but he has a right. Like, there's no need to police him and his content. And yeah, like, I agree. I think the weed content turning players into blunts when they die, or in maps like Nuketown into Hotboxville, is cringe as fuck. And yeah, like, sure, I'm not a personal fan of Les DEVILS Lettres. But if I were to take something I'm a fan of, like anime, and I were to turn Nuketown into Otaku
Body pillow
Avenue, it would be so cringe as fuck too. And I think there is a way to do these themes of maps right, like how MW3 did its little weed variant of Sphere, or how MW3 also did the Tokyo map with all the manga anime shops. I think COD has done things tastefully in the past, but I'll expand more on that in just a bit. Back to Call of Duty losing its aura.
The point is that, my god, man, why is this in Call of Duty? Like, I'm sorry, where is the aura that this game used to have?
So is aura the new gamer word or something? Because I swear to god, Mr. Rothwaffle said it like 10 times and now it's leaking out of every single content creator's mouth.
Well, to be fair, it's for good reason. Also, you might have to flip this around real fast. There we go. That's better. I too believe that it is because of Mr. Raffle Waffles. I myself have used the word aura in a lot of my videos, but it's just because it is the perfect word. It's just so crisp and juicy. It perfectly encapsulates what we are trying to talk about. Now, BlameTruth on the other hand, I'm not really sure how genuine he actually feels about this sort of stuff. Because, like, honestly, like, going off of his video, it seems like he's overdoing it a bit. Screaming at the top of his lungs, just straining his vocal cords.
The aura!
But yes, do continue.
Because I swear to god, Mr. Rothwaffle said it like 10 times and now it's leaking out of every single content creator's mouth. Like, atmosphere, aesthetic, environment, theme. There's a couple, you know, I don't know. There's just other words we could use.
Okay, we got atmosphere, aesthetic, environment, theme. What about, oh, I don't know. Ambiance. How about fucking vibe? How about, style? Huh? Like, there is another one I would say. I'm not gonna say it here because I'm saving it for my next video. It's a big part of it, so yeah, moving on. But yeah, no. All of this relates back to aura. And again, back to like the whole policing thing, I literally don't mind. I think aura is perfectly fine to use. I see no problem as long as you can back it up.
Can I just cut to something? Can I cut to something and show you guys something from the old days?
And I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to show the atmosphere of how Call of Duty used to be, how it used to represent itself, and how it used to be visually appealing as a milsim.
Oh, no. COD was not a milsim in its prime when it was first getting popularity. Nah. Let me show ya. Back in the good old glory days, or the golden era of COD, Call of Duty had two different sub-franchises. We had, of course, Black Ops, and secondarily, Modern Warfare. Two distinct COD themes. Orange and green. Secrets and World War. Both grounded in a reality, not even each other's reality. There was no crossovers between these universes back then. Not like we have now, where they're trying to connect everything like it's a cinematic Marvel universe.
I am all the Sith.
And I'm all the Jedi.
And despite that, both of these universes still had references to marijuana. So, in my opinion, I don't think weed had anything to do with the theme of Call of Duty to begin with. I don't think it affected the theme at all. Back then, the only personalization that we actually had in Call of Duty was through our emblems and calling cards, plus I guess the little prestige icons. Prestige icons were more so for your ranking though, while the other stuff was more so for your personalization and I guess achievements as well, but majorly if you wanted to show off you were a sniper, you could run a little sniper icon, or the Dark Ops icons, or of course the weed icons. Weed calling cards. And I don't think it really affected the theme back then much either, because you weren't being magically turned into a blunt stick. The green weed camos were still green, which is a very military color. It blends in a lot, so you don't even notice it. It's not really like what we have now, where there's weed-themed executions like this and this, I guess. I'll probably show an example here. Or how now when you enter a vehicle, it's just hotboxed already. The stuff we have now is far more intrusive, in my opinion.
You know, he's also just kind of... He's complaining about the weed aesthetics and how cringy it is, but I just gotta show you something. The fact of the matter is that it's been around in Call of Duty for a long time.
See, now I've heard this argument that time makes things automatically okay, even if it's just a very small, minuscule inclusion of it way back when. Now Call of Duty in its entirety can run rampant with it just because time makes it okay. I don't really understand this argument if we were to just like take it to the next level. Since Call of Duty majorly before COD 4, Modern Warfare, was actually more of a milsim per se, does that automatically justify a new Call of Duty in the modern day becoming the next Insurgency Sandstorm? Like, if a Call of Duty just like Insurgency Sandstorm released today, would we accept it because Call of Duty back in the day, way back when, because time makes it okay? Does that make it okay now? I personally don't think so. And same with like the quantity of things and the style of things. Like, we've had weed stuff, we've had really sexy calling cards. Does that mean that we need weed men and very underdressed women running around in our Call of Duty games? I don't think so.
And sure, maybe at first it was just, an edgy but rare wink to the player base than a business model. Eventually, things changed. But today, the conversation isn't about whether or not you've seen it, it's about how you feel about it. So keep that in your brain as we move deeper into the irony of heavily weed-themed cosmetics being marketed in a game that also moderates speech harshly.
Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. I think the only other thing that I would add to this microtransaction conversation within BO6 is that with the recent Silent J and Bob bundles, I thought that they were actually a decent selection for this game. The only major drawback was the inclusion of their superhero outfit variants. Their base models were fine with their trench coats and civilian jacket. It's just the goofy ass crap like this that does not belong in Call of Duty whatsoever. It's purely and utterly immersion breaking. But without further ado, let the voice chat moderation conversation commence.
Well, in 2023, Activision announced they would be rolling out voice chat moderation across all of multiplayer. It was a voice chat AI that would detect offensive language that would lead to bans, suspensions, and sometimes permanent exilation from your account. Now, this may seem like a good idea, written down on paper, but then you go talk to some people in the community and you realize that players that have been allowed to cuss in this game while playing a match of Search and Destroy or a match of Free-for-All are now being banned from their game for saying so much as shit, bitch, or one time my boy Mattsuki got banned for calling another player a rat for wearing, get this, the rat operator skin. What?
Okay, so this did not happen at all. I would recommend reaching out before you talk about it and stuff like that. But what had happened was my YouTube channel received a strike or a warning strike. I forget what they called it, but it was because I had streamed a game called CSGO, and they gave me a timestamp of what was said that was offensive in that stream, and it was my teammates. Not even me! It was my teammates calling another teammate a rat, and another, in there was that clip, and then there was also another instance where my teammate had called someone else a New York Yankee without the New York stuff. So it's either that or a rat that got my YouTube channel a strike or whatever, a warning strike. And I couldn't, I decided not to live stream for another, 6 months or something so that I could actually get it appealed. Because YouTube at the time had told me that if I get another offensive language warning, I would receive a real strike. So that's why I decided not to upload. This has nothing to do with Call of Duty. I think the story just got a little bit manipulated, a little bit twisted here. But who knows, I probably told this story a very long time ago and people are misremembering it. But no, I would definitely go recommend checking out Hometown Killer's video. I'll leave it linked in the description below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I had a really fun time making it. And also about the voice chat moderation, I totally agree with you on it, that they should not be moderating voice chat in Call of Duty. It's literally the game of trash talking, but also at the same time, I don't really know a single person who's been affected by it, because I don't think you do anymore either, because I wasn't affected by it, okay? Hometown Killer, I hope you don't mind me making a little bit of a reaction out of it too, since you kind of did a reaction of Blame Truth. I thought I would do a reaction of you to Blame Truth, so a reaction interception. But yeah, no hard feelings or anything, and I do really appreciate that near the end of your video, you said this.
You can also add a little toggle in there for people to turn off the cosmetics.
Yes!
But at the end of the day, COD was built on trash talk, chaos, and an unfiltered experience. Now it's trying to be PG-13 branded, while also selling R-rated aesthetics. The tone has shifted from gritty and real to polished but pretend.
God damn, that last line went so hard. Good freaking job, Hometown Killer. You should be proud of yourself. Guys, go check them out. I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna go to bed. I literally started this video as I woke up. I literally woke up in the morning, was in my bed. I was like, oh yeah, Hometown Killer uploaded a video. Let me go watch this. I'm watching it. I see a little Mattsuki reference in it. I'm like, wait a minute. So I made a video. Now it's 2 a.m. I've been recording all freaking day. I took a break here and there, played Siege, whatever. But yeah, video's coming to an end now. Yeah, I guess that was my whole Sunday. See you guys in the next one. X-Defiant video very soon. I promise you, it's very soon. It's so close to completion, man. I'll catch you there. Peace out, homies.